up on the screen, a set of working agreements that have been developed over time. They actually morph every once in a while over time. I wish they were here in front of me. That would make this a little bit easier. But there really are things about how we come into this space together, how we want to treat each other. And so you look at them, and the one that got added in the last year is really recognizing that things may come up in this room that will not get resolved today. Like there's pain. People bring things in with them. They might lift them up at some point in time during the day. But we just recognize not everything are we going to resolve here in this room with this group of people. But we do make a commitment. Nothing goes like unattended to. Whether it happens today or it happens at some later date, everything stays in the queue for us to try and bring people together to address them. So it is just a space where we all come in with what we bring into the room, and that's important. It's important for us to recognize that. I'm supposed to point to you, Alfredo. I'm just going to let you do this. So we had some goals for today, and again, they're kind of up there on that slide. And it's really about this notion of there's something different about collaboration. So you're all in a room here together. You might have relationship to the ACH, or this might be your first time being at an ACH gathering like this. And there are ways that we can think about how we get to know each other, how we get connected to each other, how we might partner on things, but there's something very different that happens when there's a true collaboration in place. And so a lot of what you're going to hear today is going to be how do we move from a traditional kind of partnering type of role to how do we actually know when we're in collaboration. And just so honored to have Milenko Matanovich, here to help kind of work through some of those things with us. I'm going to say, Milenko, this is maybe your third or fourth time being here with us, and it's just incredible to have that kind of a resource here in the region. I do want to recognize that this thing doesn't come together without a lot of people, and sometimes we end up with are there too many cooks in the kitchen? But every cook in our kitchen is helping with something. So I would love if the folks who are part of planning today would just kind of like raise themselves up if you can, or at least, I don't know, wave or. I would also love, and again, I'm going to just ask you all to do this. I see you're being very passive with the wavy thing. If the whole ACH team could just stand, because our team has been changing and growing. And I'm not going to force Daniela to stand, but there's a couple of folks in the room who are just getting ready to join our team as well. And just really, really excited. Every time someone says, I want to come and work at the ACH, there's something about that. I am humbled because we're as much of a hot mess as everybody else at times. So, but our desire is there. And, when I think of the arc of the journey that we've been on, moving from, we started with honoring tribal sovereignty, we moved to equity, targeted universalism, belonging, the vital conditions for well-being, into leading with love. And so all of those frameworks guide the work that we do. And none of them X out or overarch over the other. They're all a part of how we approach the work that we do. So thank you for being here, because at the end of the day, this meeting is about you. It would not surprise me if at 4:30 or 5 o'clock you walk out of here and you say, I still don't know what the ACH does. We'll do that at some other moment in time, but it is more important that you walk out of here having met a new partner, know something different, and knew about what's happening in this region, the North Sound region in these 5 counties. That's our goal for today. It is about you and about this amazing richness of work that's happening. So for logistics, restrooms out that way, and I believe it's like turn right, turn left, that the restrooms are there. There is a chest feeding room that is next to one of the restroom areas. We do have a quiet room that is across the hall. It's not the first room that if you got here early, it said quiet room. It is now the room that's right next to that. It's gonna be available for the entire day except for 1 hour where we have a group that's gonna be using that space. And then I just am gonna end with an apology. But we have some resources out there. We've actually got some interactive things out in the hall that we're hoping that you'll take some time for, and it'll connect to the apology part. We're asking you to help give us input that will guide how this network continues to evolve. So there are a number of ways that we're asking you those things. But the apology is about this. How many of you actually put like agendas together for meetings and such? So what ends up happening is at the end of the day, you realize you have filled the agenda. And if what we're really talking about is getting people to know each other, we forget that that takes time on an agenda. So if you got here early for breakfast, you kind of had some time to get to see people you know, meet people you don't know. Between like now and 4 o'clock, 4:30, we didn't actually build in time for you to wander the halls, get to know each other, do things in the interactive spaces. So we built all these things, and then we neglected to do the time. I'm gonna say that's the 3rd or 4th time we've done that. I'm hoping it's the last time. So please know that we have a full agenda, but if you need to step up, step out, you'd really like to like have a sidebar conversation with some folks, this is the day to do that. And so we're gonna have things that are moving, but you all getting to work with each other is critical. Like there is no North Sound ECH without the work that you all are doing. That is the critical part of this, and I think you'll probably hear that a number of times in this theme. So we've got some posters out there. We've got a big mural that's hanging of how we visualized the region, our frameworks, what our objectives are, and we just hope that you have time to just kind of wander a bit. And I get the amazing joy of having one-on-one conversations with many of you. I wish that you all got to do that, because there are some powerful and deep things happening here that sometimes get drowned out by the things that are going wrong, whether in our community or in our region. And I just want you to see the amazing things that are going right that we should be investing in. So with that, oh wait, there's one last thing. So Natalie and Meg, can you like both like flare yourselves a little bit somehow? Where's Natalie? That's again. So these two folks actually have some space where if you're at all interested, they're gonna be doing like just some short recorded interviews. They've got a couple of questions, and throughout the day, they may just be like tapping you on the shoulder, but if you wanna tap them on the shoulder because you really like wanna be interviewed, Meg and Natalie are the two people to do that with. At the end of the day, when we're all done, we actually have the space till like 5:30 or 6. So we're gonna have some refreshments, a bit of like just a networking time at the end of the day. And I just recognize that all of you could be somewhere else today. And the fact that, you know, whether you're here for an hour, you're here for the entire day, you need to come and you need to go and you need to come back. The fact that you're here, we do not take for granted. This is incredibly, incredibly special, and we appreciate you being here. There are signs on the tables, and my team knows, because like I'm the big questioner. I didn't know what the signs meant, but it had something to do with when you registered, you might have said, here's the sector that you're connected to. But I think everybody who came to me and said, what do the signs mean? I said, feel free to ignore them. You can sit wherever you want. And, just know that they were really a way to recognize how you described yourself as you were registering, but it didn't necessarily have to drive which table you sat at as you were sitting today. Move about the cabin is going to be like my thing for the day. So I think that that's all my announcements, and I'm looking for Cynthia. Awesome. You're ready? All right, thank you. If you don't know me, I hope that you stop and just grab me at some moment in time. I'm gonna be the person who looks like their hair is on fire, but that doesn't mean don't stop me. But would just love to meet as many of you as I can, because there's a lot of love for the work that you all do. So thank you so much for that.
Appreciate you. Is that a walking mic? Yeah. Oh, awesome.
I know, that's what you get.
That's what I get. I love the walking mic. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Liz. I have to say this real quick. I was in California week before last, and someone saw my name badge that said that I worked for the North Sound ACH. And they said, "Oh my God, I'm the biggest Liz Baxter fan in the world." I didn't even have to say anything. She just saw my badge. And so I'm honored. I am honored. My name is Cynthia Andrews. I am honored to be the Innovation Initiatives Program Manager for the North Sound ACH. And part of my job is to make sure that I help support our partners and the Collaborative Action Network. So I'm really happy to be here. We're talking about collaboration this morning, right? So you get the opportunity to put it into practice right now. Our first exercise is called It's in the Bag. And you all have a bag on your table. Don't open it yet. It will explode if you open it before I say go. But this is an opportunity for you to get to know the people at your table, for you to have conversation, for you to create, collaborate, and build something that's never been built before. So I won't give you the actual instructions because they are part of the project. They're part of the exercise. The instructions are in the bag. You all get to choose who leads, if you want someone to lead, or if you all work together. It's going to be fun to watch how you operate. So I'm going to say you'll have 15 minutes to look at the instructions, do the exercise, and then we'll call on some folks to hopefully we'll have time to report out what your experience was about. So do I have a timer? Do we get a timer? Are you the timer? That's even worse. Don't panic. The timer's on the screen, but you have 15 minutes to talk to each other and start. No, wait. Hold on. Don't open. It'll explode. Are you ready? No, not yet. You gotta wait. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Open your bags. All right, our 15 minutes is up, and I am super excited. We actually have some time that we can hear from you all about your experience and what you've created. And so I'm going to ask some tables to share. Oh. You guys just jumped up with their, oh, there's a mic there. Okay, great. I'll stay over here. Here. I have a mic. I have a hot mic. Share your experience and what you all created. Oh, my.
Hola, mi nombre es Ulises. Hello, my name is Ulysses. Here we made metaphorically a feeling butterfly to have metamorphoses or from it becoming a larva to a butterfly. It first needs to be filled up with feelings, and then it becomes a butterfly. Here we have un semáforo de emociones, a stoplight with feelings. We have all our feelings on here, and now it's a little butterfly. We also have the circle of life, how life just keeps on spinning, and it's endless, and yeah.
So tell us about your experience. Like, how did that work? Your collaboration process. Was it good? Did you work together? Did you have a leader? We had a leader. Who was your leader? Wonderful. Wonderful. And did you enjoy the process? Excellent. Oh, good. Congratulations. I love that. We had this table over here next. Your mic's not on.
My name's Alex, and I can't pick up what we created because it's going to fall apart. But we created a community resource app with the North Sound ACH and then Community Hub. And then all the resources, you can pretty much go on the app and find your way around. And this is not the bag of Coca-Cola with the straw. This is the satellite that powers it. Yeah, I mean, on the experience, I had to step away for a second. So anybody else want to speak on the experience?
Yeah, I'll just say it was interesting figuring out how to work together. A lot of people come from a different mindset, and then you get dumped all these things, and then you have to figure out where everything goes. So everybody put their ideas forward, and then it just started coming together. And I think it's a good example of how when resources and things are put into the hands of community, it just naturally forms into something great. So it was a good example of how community knowledge and community coming together to find solutions for issues that are affecting their own community are able to come up with answers that sometimes would otherwise escape us.
Yeah.
Did everyone have a good experience, and did everyone participate? Oh, fun. I love that.
Yeah, we made a cat toy. Ta-da! A little basket for storage. You know, we're just having fun over here at the kids' table. Oh, the experience was good. I had fun. No, we all kind of yeah, we had the idea and we just jumped in. Yeah.
Okay, my name's Sonia. So our goal is inclusivity, and this is our goal. You have to have your eyes open, your ears open. Oh, first of all, you have to breathe and speak your truth. So we had a whole bunch of different colored pom-poms, and we talked about how by default we often gather into groups that look like us, but we have rubber bands, we have to stretch, and look at new possibilities and make everyone feel welcome, whether they're a sparkly yellow or a sparkly red or a purple or a blue or a green. How beautiful we get when we bring all the colors and personalities and abilities together. And we have to look at our perspective. Some people saw this as the letter G. Some people saw it as a 6. Some people saw it as a 9. So honoring that everyone's going to come with different perspectives and be aware that we want to listen to learn about other people's perspectives. So that's kind of the gist of it.
We made a stress puppet. The more stressed you are, it falls apart, as you can see. Everything is coming off of it. When we looked at all the ingredients that we had, we saw like kids things, like knickknacks that your kids would bring home. If you don't have kids, nieces or nephews or little ones. And then we're like, oh, what if it's like for your inner child, right? And we ultimately settled on something to have fun. Even though this is a working event, it still should be fun. So everybody over here at the table was having a great time. We're all cheesing. And it was just like really excited to hear all the ideas from this whole team. So it was a lot of fun.
Okay, I have a table over here. So we're going to coordinate. I have a table right here and then right here.
Thanks. Good morning. Okay, so we've got something that is going to be hard to pick up, but it starts with this guy right here. This is our Collabosaurus, and he exists on this little dock in a sea of floating entities that drift close together and far apart at different times. And Collabosaurus shares these little nuggets of experience and lessons and ensures that they are transferred from one floating entity to the other. Collabosaurus doesn't actually possess any of these. He's simply in the business of moving them from one to the other. So, really nice little expose here. Our experience was great. I think it's fascinating when you get trinkets like this and you mess with the literal kind of practical mind and merge that with metaphorical. And I think we have a functioning model here. So thanks.
Thank you. That's fantastic. Hold your projects together so they can make sure they get photos of them all. I know they're falling apart.
Hi, good morning. My name is Roel. So our product name is called RAD, which stands for Resource Access Delivery. So what it is, it's this air balloon. And so this is our rural area. And so we decided to use these little pom-poms as various resources that will be delivered to our rural areas. So that's our project.
Your experience was good? Very good. Okay, table there, table here.
Oops, I'm falling apart. Hi, this is Baguette. She's our oral health education puppet. She's here to help break the ice with children 0 to 5. And she likes to go into classrooms and talk to the kids about how to take care of their teeth and the importance of good oral health care. She has props. It's hard to see, there's a little spider on there. That's a sugar bug. Sugar bugs are bad for our teeth. And this is a jam jar lid, and jam has sugar in it. It's probably not the best to eat all the time without brushing your teeth. So that is our project.
Hi, Squachil. Good morning, everybody. My name is Sam, and I was going to talk about the collaboration first. I thought that was really fun, the way our table worked together. We had an informal facilitator, and then we kind of just did a brainstorm around the table where each person got to throw out some ideas, and then we found a way to mash them all together. And so the need in this product is that there's really a need for intergenerational pathways that are suitable for a variety of participants from diverse backgrounds, and that there's also healthy support to navigate healthy obstacles. And so what we designed is kind of a diagram or a map of pathways for our little journey spider to travel from the starting foundation into happiness. And we used we formed a little bridge or like a canoe, and then we have the little dropper that sort of provides a poof of air for invisible support that doesn't suffer people, but it kind of just guides them invisibly. And yeah, the name of it is The Journey to Happiness to Infinity and Beyond. So thank you.
You guys had a mission statement and a tagline. We have 2 minutes. I promise these folks, and then we're gonna let these folks go, and then 30 seconds.
I'm sorry, pardon my reach. Well, you all have to pardon me because brevity is not a strength, son of a Southern Baptist minister. My name is Sean. We created a community map that is representative of some of the complexities of trying to serve a full community. We had a variety of tools that built a variety of bridges, and understanding that some of those bridges may be obstacles for others. We had a bunch of colored balls that represented the various communities and various needs that would come into this community center. But with the full recognition that some of them may not have access because they may not want it, making sure that some of the balls represented people as some of those bridges as well. So we had a wonderful team here, lots of leaders, lots of opinions, lots of engagement, and that's what makes a community and a community center work well. So that was it. Thank you.
Thank you. This one and then that one, and then we have to end, but hopefully you'll keep your projects on the table so we can make sure we have photos.
Hi, Cynthia. So ours is called Team Uplift, and a manager would have this on their desk, and when a team member would come in, they would reach in and pull out something. So if they pulled out a Lego, the person at the table would say, okay, the manager would say, okay, what do you have for us to help build our team? If they picked the one with the little spikes out of it, it would be somebody who had a concern or a gripe or whatever, and they would say, okay, you're feeling kind of not so fuzzy today. So why don't you tell us what it is and come up with some solutions? Came up with a pink worm ball. You would have something, you would ask them, what are you grateful for today? So this is all a team building basket called Team Up.
Hello, everybody. I'm Remy, and I'm gonna be honest. I think we have the most innovative and and practical and incredible design of everybody. I love everybody's, but like, I'm gonna shout out my table. So we have this fan, and there's a little 5 on it, and the name of this innovative, truly groundbreaking contraption is called I Got 5 on It. So there's a couple different functions, but I'll give you 5 very practical functions of this device. One is a fan to cool you down, a fire starter, yes, a mister, it gets hot, and a dual-purpose pipette. I don't know why, but that's one of them. And it's an accessory, like you just carry this around and everything's cool. Yes, and then also you can get this for $5. We are accepting donations. Thank you.
Oh, how creative. How many people enjoyed this exercise? Did you get to know the people around the table? Did you understand a little more about how they think and process? I think that's one of our goals. Okay, one last, because she's my boss. I gotta do this.
Remy, I love yours, but I think we're in competition over here. We created joy. And so what we kind of started with was seeing all the balls, and then it reminded us of the movie Inside Out. Has anybody watched that movie? Yes. I'm with my people. And so what it was kind of like thinking about all the work that we do and where are we finding nuggets of joy and how are we doing that. And so the little balls is what feeds Bing Bong, and Bing Bong is what gives us joy because he is the imaginary animal that sacrificed himself for joy. So that's where this was born out of, was we all need joy in the work that we do, and how do we create that and how do we find it?
Love it, love it, love it. I'm so grateful to have been able to lead you through this exercise, but I just, it's so nice to see people laugh and talk and engage and really plan together. And it's so interesting that it was a lot about community, about serving people. It wasn't about yourselves. It was more about how you can get the project to serve people.